Movie begins with a scene in an unemployment line, which is where everyone who greenlighted this movie will be after the credits roll. Is this matchbook telling prospective computer programmers to call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I'm also not going to ignore the fact that there are only 8 goddamn numbers in it. Either give me these epic credits in space or don't give them to me at all. This backdrop is horrendous for these credits. Behind all the laughter of this farcical scene, there is a dark side to it all. Superman's never there when you really need him. Guys, it's time to just come out and say it. The Penguin isn't really trying anymore. Also, holy shit, these f***ing penguins. There are so many issues that make this opening sequence awful, but maybe none more than the animatronic March of the Penguins. Why is there a vendor in Metropolis selling animatronic penguins? Who comes to a big city looking to buy a goddamn stuffed penguin? This is the worst seeing eye dog ever. They are specifically trained to ignore other dogs and not get distracted. You had one job, dog. This guy is blind, but how is he unaware of the difference between a dog leash he has carried around the majority of his life and a handle to whatever this piece of construction equipment is? Well, it's only Metropolis. No one saw you do that because no one in frame saw you do that. Of course, this bullshit's been going on for 2 movies already, so I don't know why I expected more from the citizens of this town. Also, he just puts it back down to wander into a street full of traffic. Clark Kent is a special kind of asshole in this movie. We're supposed to be rooting for him, right? Why is Clark even paying for this? He works at a goddamn newspaper. Who is robbing a bank in the middle of the day in Superman country? Just want to point out that while Superman is doing this bullshit, this man is drowning in his fucking car, walking with a bucket on your head instead of attempting to remove it first. Remember when Richard Lester was brought in to replace Richard Donner on Superman 2? The studio must have thought he was a big reason why that movie was such a hit and considered nothing else, letting him direct the 3rd movie. This is like that season where Lou Piniella left the Cubs halfway through for personal reasons and Mike Quade replaced him and didn't do a terrible job, so they let him stay on for the next season where he just about everything up. Superman 3 is the Mike Quade of the franchise. To be fair, Superman 4 is the Dale Swaim of the franchise, which is somehow even worse.
That's his sister, Vera Webster. Picture looks fuzzy.
What? The picture's fine. She looks like that in real life.
I get the joke, but how can you confuse blurriness with unattractiveness? Perry White is a decades-long newsman. He knows perfectly well the picture isn't fuzzy.
Well, Clark, you know some people get to go all the way to Smallville, and then there are others of us who have to go to Bermuda. Glad Lois brought her bikini top to work today, just in case she needed a visual aid for her Bermuda trip.
Actually, it's probably more like $143.80 and 1/2 cents. There are always fractions left over in big corporations, but they round it down.
Who even brings up shit like this? I'm so upset about all the taxes taken out of my paycheck. Well, not to worry, I can explain fractions being rounded down that help screw you even more financially.
They can't be bothered to collect a 1/2 cent from your paycheck any more than you could.
Then what happens to him?
Well, they're just floating around out there.
Movie steals the Superman 3 scheme from Office Space. Gus misspells the word override when instructing a computer to give him more money. Even in 1983, I can't imagine it would be this easy to break into a company's payroll system, but it would be especially difficult if you can't spell your commands correctly. Under give instructions for amendment, Gus writes exactly what he wants to happen in English, as if channeling 1/2 cents from salaries into an expense account is a valid command.
Hey, look at that.
And of course, there's a chemical plant fire on the same bus route Superman is on. Not only is this coincidental as but it will also lead to Superman getting info about how acid reacts to extreme heat, and I really hate this movie.
Okay, your choice. You can turn back or else we can pull over the side here and wait till it's all over.
They're giving citizens the option to stay in close proximity to a chemical plant that could explode? Shouldn't the roadblock be further down on both ends of the street? What does Clark do with the clothes once he takes them off? Or his wallet or keys or his emergency pack of certs? I have to know!
That's concentrated beltric acid. If that stuff heats up over 180 degrees, we've got a crisis on our hands that'll make this fire look like a Sunday school picnic.
If only someone had ice breath that could freeze the acid and maybe even put out any fire that comes close to it. But that's such a weird, specific thing to hope for. Probably should stick to reality.
Tell them to bring their hoses back here, quickly!
I know this guy is here for the beltric acid exposition, but why couldn't he go out and tell the firefighters about this from the get-go? He's not going to be able to do anything if the acid starts boiling beyond the point of no return.
Help! Somebody help me!
And be sure to do it very slowly. Superman uses his ice breath to freeze a lake rather than put out a fire. Your problem is a raging fire about to boil all that acid behind the glass. What the is that knob gonna do? For some reason, I doubt even this giant ice sheet has enough water to put out the 5-alarm chemical plant blaze. How does enough water get inside the building when it's basically just raining outside?
Gorman, another week, another check.
I normally wouldn't mention it, but something tells me it's very important to make idle small talk about the paychecks right now.
Do you know how lucky you are to live in Metropolis? The big apricot?
Wow, this is an accepted nickname. How the would that have caught on? The big apricot is what comes out of your mouth when you're badly playing charades. Just want to point out that Clark is not wearing glasses in this picture, and I am now even more confused as to why no one knows he's f***ing Superman.
Embezzled, Mr. Webster. Stolen from the firm.
By whom?
Shouldn't be hard to find that money. Gus Gorman got an $85,000 check with his name on it, even though he's got a computer that can do anything you want it to do.
Here, get a hold of yourself. Nobody else ever will.
There are a lot of jokes made at the expense of Annie Ross's appearance in this film, and none of them are funny. They're just mean-spirited. I'm going to add 100 cents for it. No one will be seated during the Clark Kent goes bowling with Lana Lang, her kid, and his asshole friends scene.
You mean we've got to take Ricky? Well, you guys lost a toss.
What the f***? Didn't these kids come with Ricky to the bowling alley? I mean, seriously, who gives a f*** about bowling? This is a Superman. Holy f***, this kid is goddamn hopeless. Did he throw that ball in the gutter on purpose? You would think that after more than 30 years of living on Earth, Clark would have found a way to do some things with a lighter touch. Also, everybody thinks this kid somehow threw a ball so hard that it destroyed the pins. What's with this middle pin staying completely undestroyed? Bowling is a f***ing unforgiving sport. Gus will start f***ing around with these books and cause the bar to rotate again. But why would he think this book would do the trick when Webster pulled a book on the other side of the bar? And why does the floor spin 360 degrees? Wouldn't it turn to the bookcase?
It could make weather.
Storms, floods.
Third film of the Superman franchise inspires the movie Geostorm.
Someplace where nobody knows him, so they can't connect him with us.
Well, Websco has 112 subsidiaries.
But a subsidiary could still be tracked back to Webster, right?
They're all linked into the central computer system. How about someplace small?
Oh, you, movie. Also, not only does Gus get sent to Smallville, but he runs into Clark Kent and whatever this Lana Lang bullshit is as soon as he gets off the bus.
Buster, let's find you a rabbit.
There is a clear storm coming, and these dicks start their picnic despite ominous thunder.
Clark, may I tell you something? My oil pan is leaking.
Weird sexual analogies aside, how could she see her car was leaking from that distance and hunkered down in this tall grass? The grass is actually kind of insane. Is there really not a better place in Smallville to picnic?
Lana, I think I'll just go see if Ricky's all right.
Thank God Lana had this bullshit oil emergency at this moment, huh? Clark's so scared someone might find out he's Superman, he might have let that kid die. Where the f*** did the dog that alerted Superman about Ricky go? He was licking the boy's face trying to wake him up mere seconds ago.
Lana, I'm from Metropolis. I see Superman every day.
Awfully weird that he'd show up in Kansas to save a boy in a wheat field, since he spends so much time in Metropolis, is how normal people would answer. Oh, for f***'s sake. Brad works here?
And I figured your boss was going to be real peeved. You know what I mean? Peeved.
What are you talking about?
Why can Gus talk at a normal volume through these two glass doors and Brad has to yell? Interesting to me that when Ross sent Gus to Smallville, he also had intel that the night watchman was an alcoholic and could be exploited to gain access. Or he just got lucky. Also, it seems like they could have come up with a better solution to get Gus inside without having to do any of this shit. Why the f*** would the night watchman have the keys to the computer system?
Both keys at the same time?
God damn it, this place is called Wheat King. I'm guessing they produce and distribute wheat. Why do they have a computer system that requires CIA knockless security? The movie tries to be both a Richard Pryor comedy and a Superman film, and half-asses both, leaving us with a quarter of something only resembling a movie. It's amazing how, after taking one computer course advertised on the back of a matchbook, Gus is already this advanced of a hacker. Even if the light did change, what person would start driving their car into a crowd of people like this? I mean, maybe one or two, but not this many. This is actually pretty funny, but if you're going to go this insane, you might as well go full airplane and make it a spoof movie. Then nobody would have felt the need to make superhero movie 25 years later, and you could kill two birds with one stone. Gus is about to program a weather satellite to produce a f***ing tornado over Colombia. It's all kinds of bullshit. Yep, this is how a weather satellite works, alright.
They never told us at the Daily Planet that this was the rainy season.
Oh yeah, remember those f***s who won the Daily Planet lottery to go to South America? We care about those f***s, right?
Meteorologists are baffled by the tornado and torrential rainstorms that struck the South American country of Colombia this afternoon.
They are? Isn't this a world where everybody agrees that satellites can somehow change the weather? Isn't that the first thing they'd look at if something weird happened? Why are the world's space agencies not on this?
And he landed right in the middle of this big plantation.
Yes, it's so much better seeing Gus act out Superman's heroics instead of the movie showing us Superman doing those things. Why would you need Superman in a Superman movie? Who would even be getting this footage? You're saying there are cameramen at the ready, waiting around in random spots in Colombia just in case Superman flies to them?
Flew into the tornado, went down to the bottom of the tornado, and turned it upside down.
If Superman has this ability, why wouldn't he start here? You stop the tornado first, then you deal with the cleanup. It's not that hard of a concept. Gus falls from a great height, but it's okay. As long as you have skis, you can land safely.
Once Gus contacts the Vulcan satellite, he orders it to search through outer space, around where Krypton went. Bye-bye.
Man, this Vulcan satellite is better than anything NASA's put into space if it can locate Krypton's former location this easily, or even at all. Man, have this thing look for aliens. All you gotta do is type in, look for intelligent life. The computer will know what to do. If the computer can't spell received, then how is it supposed to find kryptonite?
He got really carried away after that and told the other kids that Superman's even coming to visit him for his birthday next Wednesday.
So I figured, why not reward the kid for lying and see if I can get Superman to show up for his birthday?
Lana, in this case, I think I can go ahead and speak for Superman. I mean, he and I are pretty close, you know?
When Superman saved Ricky and Lana told Clark about it, Clark said he sees Superman all the time because he lives in Metropolis. Not that they're best buds.
You're the best.
Sure, I'm going to send the dial tone suddenly playing after Lana hangs up on Clark. But what kind of nonsense was that? You're the best, then hang up immediately?
You know, Lana, I really wasn't expecting all this.
Same. I was definitely expecting more scenes of Superman fighting bad guys, and less scenes of Superman getting celebrated at a kid's birthday. Maybe that's a me problem. This cake.
I just came in directly from the Pentagon.
Aren't Webster and his crew bringing a lot more attention to themselves by doing this? Wouldn't it have been easier to just slip the kryptonite under Superman's chair or something? Superman willingly touches the green crystal that looks like f***ing kryptonite.
There's been an accident on the Old River Bridge. A trailer truck crashed through the barrier rail.
Kansas is just hopping with danger whenever Superman visits.
You know, it's unusual finding a good-looking girl like you alone like this.
Superman 3, the after-school special.
Are you sure you shouldn't do something about the bridge?
What bridge?
The expression Superman makes here is exactly what the screenwriters did when they understood the implications of making the scene go on any longer.
What can I do to help?
Not much of anything now.
But they saved the guy without Superman's help. So what's this guy being an ass about? Superman can't be expected to be everywhere at once. They're not even in Metropolis. Well, this background certainly looks real. So let me get this straight. Upset about the failure in Kansas and feeling the effects of the kryptonite, Superman flies all the way to Italy to straighten the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Superman is a dick to the Olympics.
How can he say that pure categories have no objective meaning and transcendental logic? What about synthetic unity?
Making Lorelei legitimately intelligent and faking her dim demeanor is inspired, and in a better movie probably would have led to something interesting. But in this movie it goes nowhere.
I see. What do you want?
He brought all these plans up here hoping to get to show them to Webster, so why didn't he just transfer them to actual sheets of paper? Earlier, when Ross wanted Gus to f*** up the weather in Columbia, he sent him to Smallville, so that anything he did on the computer couldn't be traced back to him. Now he wants Gus to f*** up the entire world's oil industry, and a special trip to cover his tracks isn't necessary for some reason.
It's a tanker.
Movie plays Atari 2600 Pac-Man noise to indicate something on a world map.
Hell, that's the middle of the Atlantic. I'm not taking my ship there just to await further orders.
But Webster just said that all the tankers are run by the computers and don't actually need the human captains to run them. So how would this guy have anything to say about where the ship goes? Also, if the captains can steer their own ships, what the f*** are the others doing in the middle of the Atlantic without radioing to the oil companies and asking why the f*** they're doing it?
See, there's this little boat, and it's not going where it's supposed to run.
Man, Superman must really want to f*** that lady on the top of the Statue of Liberty to immediately do what she says. You'd think if Superman wanted to get laid, it'd be super easy and wouldn't require running errands. Also, wasn't it nighttime when Superman was talking to Lorelei? Why would it suddenly be daytime over the Atlantic? I was going to give Superman at least a 9 on this landing, but look at that leg placement. You gotta keep that together if you want to become Olympic bound, Supes.
No, I'm busy tomorrow night, too.
Oh, yeah? Doing what?
Ricky needs me.
You, kid. You told your friend Superman was coming to your birthday.
Smallville Airport. What flights do you have to Metropolis tomorrow?
Smallville Airport. Hasn't the fake kryptonite lasted long enough? Jeez, real kryptonite didn't last this long. And can Superman even get drunk on human spirits? Superman's stupor is cured by a child's disappointment. Holy do you mean Clark was Tyler Durden the whole time?
Hi.
Come on. Christopher peeved. If the acid works on Clark's suit, then why wouldn't it have the same effect on Superman's uniform? That's not part of Superman's body. Superman is puzzled that the man with his exact body can't get killed with the crushing machine. This works. So was the fight simply a metaphor? Because there's an actual hole in the machine behind him that Clark crashed through. And if it was an actual fight, what exactly happened to allow Clark to win that? He just choked Superman more impressively than Superman could drop a large car magnet? So does Clark pre-cut his ties just in case he has to bust out of his shirt during the day? Sure, you can just blow the oil back into the tanker. No damage done. That's how that works. Also, how's he able to blow just the oil back into the tanker and none of the ocean water? And can he also bring back to life all the ocean creatures he most definitely killed?
If you're looking for us, here's where you'll find us.
Pretty awesome of us to take overhead footage of the Grand Canyon so we could put it on this tape. We spent a whole day getting footage for this moment, flew back to Metropolis, edited the video, and now we're back at the Grand Canyon. What? Let's assume for a second that a computer of this magnitude could be built off drawings on cigarette packs and napkins. Actually, let's not.
Engage those buttons on the right to activate the alpha circuit.
How the f*** would Vera know how to do any of this? And if she has the ability to learn this computer from crude drawings and instructions, then what do they need Gus for? The ultimate computer has graphics that aren't any better than an Intellivision. Why does this game show a score when Ross hasn't really done anything yet? Why does he get points for missing?
But the other night.
I'm sorry, but that wasn't me.
Superman was later overheard telling Lana Lang, "I'm boombastic, feel me fantastic."
Instead of helping others, all the four of you want to do is help yourselves.
Superman's never laid eyes on Webster before now. Doesn't remember Lorelei, randomly saw Vera in a video, and met Gus when he was disguised as someone else. He knows nothing about them, including whatever their plan is. This movie does many things piss poorly, but the worst might be setting up the tension between Superman and the main villains. They press a button called Invisible Shield, and what comes out is very visible.
Let's see how long you can carry on without any air.
Is Superman having trouble breathing in this bubble? Because that motherfucker flies in space.
He's still coming! He's going to get me!
Why hasn't he already gotten Webster? Why was he ever walking? He can fly, right?
That's kryptonite!
Yes! This time we got it right!
What was the secret ingredient we were missing? Extra virgin olive oil! Also, Webster gives some mumbo-jumbo about the computer figuring out weaknesses, but last time Gus was on a computer. We couldn't even figure out how to fully make kryptonite. So how would that information ever have been given to this computer? It just started it up minutes ago. One goddamn screw turns this giant computer off. One screw?
No! Make it stop!
I can't! It's out of control!
But why would Vera want to make it stop? She was trying to kill Superman just a second ago. Regardless of why the computer is on, it's doing the job she wants it to do.
Where's it getting the power from?
It's feeding itself.
Oh! Why is it when the computer starts draining power in the Grand Canyon, it immediately starts draining the power in Metropolis? Later we see the power getting sucked out of the whole country, but the eastern seaboard is still unaffected. So are they saying Metropolis is in the western United States? Why is there an axe here? Instead of having Brainiac be the main villain in Superman 3, they decide to do whatever this is instead. Good call! Also, as stupid as this is, couldn't this have been in the first 30 minutes? As soon as Ross told Gus he wanted to fix the coffee bean prices, Gus should have told him about making this computer. And then we could have had some cyborg action instead of that Clark and Lana don't section of the movie. The computer analyzes the Beltric acid and determines it isn't dangerous. But this computer has been propped up as a know-it-all machine, so wouldn't it know that extreme heat would be bad if the acid got anywhere close? Also, how would it analyze f***ing acid to be a 0 on the danger level scale? Acid by itself can still do a lot of nasty things. Furthermore, the computer knows that Superman is a threat, so wouldn't it want to stop him either way? Guys, I have no clue what's going on anymore. I mean, is this supposed to be stronger than Superman? I don't get it. This is when your Rule 34 research goes too far. How has Vera been transformed back? How is Vera still alive?
Ah, what the hell? She hasn't had a drink in so long. Give her a tank full of good stuff.
I guess stopping Webster averted the oil crisis, but how would all the gas stations have access this soon? This just happened.
But what's gonna happen to Rust and Boss and the other two ladies?
Well, they're gonna have to see the police now.
You see, Gus, you didn't do anything wrong. You just stole $85,000 and helped a corrupt businessman f*** up a whole country over coffee beans. Definitely deserve a second chance. Why not?
You don't know about me and him? Me and Superman?
The only way Gus would know about this gesture is if he knew Clark Kent was Superman.
Lois, I've got to hand it to you. Who else could turn a 3-week vacation into a front-page story that's going to blow the lid off of corruption in the Caribbean?
But didn't Lois go to Bermuda? Because that's not in the Caribbean.
I knew I was onto something when that taxi driver kidnapped me.
Lois says one line that's more interesting than this entire movie. Also, the movie severely underuses Lois Lane.
Lois, say hello to Lana Lang.
Can't wait to see the many adventures of Lana Lang in future Superman movies. I bet she and Lois have some great fights, but they'll become best friends. Why, I bet by Superman 9, they'll wonder why they ever fought at all. Balls. Sure, Superman's going to make it the Leaning Tower of Pisa again, but how is he going to repay the Olympics? Some fires you can't unblow.
And you go in pieces.
Want to hang out with us on a live stream? We don't care if you're on the toilet, in your mom's basement, or in the broom closet. Just put on some deodorant and join us during Sin Week 2021. March 22nd through 26th, we'll release 3 extra Sins videos and go live 4 times to hang out with you. All you have to do is become a Sin Club member at patreon.com/CinemaSins. Do it now! That way you're the first to learn about our evil plans. And if you join today, you have time to watch over 70 exclusive videos and podcasts. See you the week of the 22nd.
LA is one large place. Of course, you live here, you probably don't notice. I'm such a yokel.
Look. Over the line!
Millions of dollars. That's knowledge. That's experience. That's success. You've got one opportunity for justice.
Oh, what's happening, Luther? I'm sorry about the door, man. Did that hurt? It looked real painful when...
Whoa, that's a full rainbow. All the way. Both keys at the same time?
I'll tell you what I'd do, man. 2 chicks at the same time, man.
The flowers are still standing.
It's me, Ricky. Ricky from Smallville.
Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so.